It is Tuesday, March 14th, and it is supposed to get down to 27 degrees tonight, and then get down to 27 degrees again tomorrow night. And after that, it's supposed to warm back up and not be in freezing temperatures again for the next 15 days out. So we're going to try to save the lettuce and the tender greens that we have. So we went to Lowe's today and bought frost blankets, and we covered the rows that had the black-seeded Simpson lettuce and the La Rosa lettuce and all the new lettuce plants that we've planted. And we covered the rows, these rows in the middle, we covered with frost blankets. This is where potatoes were growing, or potatoes are growing, and our strawberry bed. And then we used buckets to cover the potatoes that are up. So here's our bucket garden going on again. And we had potatoes growing on the other side of that far bed over there. Potatoes were coming up over there. Those are the white Kennebec potatoes, so we covered those with buckets. The white Kennebecs that are growing on the other side of the strawberry bed, we were able to cover with these frost blankets. So covered everything that's supposed to be tender. We think the chard will be okay. We're just letting it go. We covered the La Rosa lettuce over here, and all the lettuces we had going over here, the radishes, the lettuce, the spinach, the La Rosa lettuce, the flame, the black-seeded Simpson. We're going to leave the broccoli uncovered. It's supposed to be able to tolerate low temperatures, so I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave the spinach uncovered. I may come through and pick even the tiny little asparagus spears. Some just coming up. I think I'm going to go ahead and pick them though. I don't want them to get bit back by this frost, by the freeze for the next 2 nights. Alright, just showing you what we're doing to hopefully prevent frost damage and freeze damage, and hopefully salvage the food we have coming up. I'd hate to lose it all at this point. It was starting to actually grow. Okay, just an update showing what we're doing, and after the after the 2 nights of freeze, I'll come out and show you how it made it, show you how it fared. Thanks. Okay, it is Friday, March 17th, and we didn't need any groceries, so the only thing we got at the grocery store this time is this cup of noodles. It was our Friday free item, so out-of-pocket expense, let's see, cash, where is it? Kroger savings. Anyway, total out-of-pocket expense, $0.00. So this is all we got at the grocery store this week is our, I don't know how to say that, Nissan cup of noodles. Cup noodles, chicken flavor, ramen noodles. And it was free, or I wouldn't have gotten it. Thanks for watching. Alright, it is Sunday, March 19th, and this is sort of our post-freeze video, and everything. When we pulled the frost cloths off, most things did fine. The potatoes, where the frost cloth was actually touching the potatoes, they have a little bit of burn on the leaves. They get a little nipped, but I don't think it's so much that they won't recover. And some of them still look beautiful and fine. Just a little bit of burn from the freeze on them. So let me show you some of these rows. Everything else that didn't get nipped by the freeze is starting to really grow, starting to show out. These 3 rows, or these 4 little rows, I'm really proud of. They look beautiful. See, this is black-seeded Simpson. This is Siberian kale. These are turnips. And this is tender grain mustards. And then here's some other mixed kale. That's some red Russian kale. This is Siberian kale. And down there I see some dwarf blue kale. So this is what it looks like after the freeze. I think everything made it. The only thing, like I said, the only thing that got some damage was the potatoes, but it doesn't look overly damaged. It looks like it should recover. Maybe kind of got knocked back a little bit, but it should recover. And the other thing we've done today is we put up fencing to plant our tomatoes. So this is one fence we put up at the back side of the garden. There's tender grain mustards behind it, and they're doing fine. There's our onion bed behind there. Here's one fence we put up, and it's only supposed to get down to 50 tonight. So we thought about planting today, but on Wednesday night it's supposed to get down to 47. But after that it's supposed to warm up pretty nicely. So we're thinking about putting everything out Thursday afternoon, transplanting all the tomatoes into the garden, putting that out Thursday afternoon. We'll see if the forecast changes during the week. You know, that might have to change, but that's what we're looking at right now. Here's my pretty girls. Y'all say hi. I haven't shown you in a while. Hey, Big Red, you're not going anywhere, are you? Hey, Mama. They're loving the springtime weather. Get like, ow, don't do that. Quit. Okay, and let's see. These potatoes are these are our red Lesotho, and they are doing pretty well. We had buckets over these, and some of them took a little bit of damage, right, you know, where the buckets were touching some of the leaves, but for the most part, they fared pretty well. And we still have additional red Lesotho that we bought that we're going to plant, but we haven't planted them yet. So some of them look great. Some of them got a little bit nipped. The sugar snap peas are starting to grow finally. So we actually get some peas. And let's see. This is one of the rows of La Rosa lettuce and 2 rows of black-seeded Simpson. And it did fine during the frost. Let me show you this La Rosa over here. Did pretty well. Oh yeah, this is the other fence we put up for the tomato plants. And we're planning on putting the Roma tomatoes on this fence and the other fence I showed you on the other side. And then we'll probably put Better Boys on stakes throughout the garden and not on a fence. This fence we have sugar snap peas on. And at the other end, we are either going to plant our Malabar spinach or cucumbers, kind of up in the air on that. Bring you around, show you. These are her radishes. They're going nuts. Let me show you what all this is. This is the America spinach. It still looks bad. This is our pink beauty radishes, and they're doing well. Probably have to thin them before long, hoping maybe they'll make some little radishes and we can thin them out. This is the row of tatsoi, and it's looking really good. This is our La Rosa lettuce. Another row of La Rosa lettuce. This is red romaine, starting to look good. This is the flame, and it's not coming up real well at all, so we'll probably end up transplanting something into this row. But this is black-seeded Simpson, and it looks good. Let's see. The cauliflower, starting to do pretty well. And the broccoli, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows of broccoli, and it's starting to grow. So maybe we'll get some broccoli. Over here, one of our spinach is bolting, but that's okay. The rest of the spinach is starting to look really nice. And it's just planted around the perimeter of the asparagus bed. It's looking pretty good. And we have La Rosa lettuce in the holes in the cinder blocks. And it's starting to come on. We just planted it from seed out here in the holes. But the spinach is starting to look good. And let me show you the Swiss chard. That's a pretty spinach right there. Looking nice. And Swiss chard over here, starting to show out. Looks really pretty. And our tomatoes are still hanging in there. And like I said, we're going to try to put them out Thursday afternoon because it gets down. The coldest temperature in the next 10-day forecast is Wednesday night. It's supposed to get down to 47 degrees. So hopefully Thursday we're going to transplant these tomatoes. And I think that's about it. Let me show you my strawberry. I only have one, but it's pretty. It hasn't turned yet. It's turning. Oh, and there's a honeybee working the strawberries. Love to see that. There's our one strawberry. but it's hanging with blooms and lots and lots and lots of little fruit. So maybe get a decent strawberry harvest this year after all. Kind of had my doubts for a while, but lots of little fruit and lots of blooms. And I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. And when we set out all those tomatoes, finally, I'll show you what it looks like, or show you before, during, after, show you what the tomatoes look like anyway. All right, thanks for watching.